loft. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it is one day before the trading deadline, and the Thunder, of course, have made a move. I don't know how. I mean, we were talking about it. A couple friends of mine we were talking about it. We said the question is, what does it do? Does it really say that Chet is not coming back, or the chances of him not coming back are real, or is it saying that the Thunder need more help right now because the West is tightening up? And for those of you who don't know what have happened yet, I'm sure most of you guys do know, but for those of you who don't know, the Thunder have traded with the New Orleans Pelicans for center Daniel Theis. Shoring up the center position basically is what it did. It just added another big guy. He's averaging 4 points and 4 rebounds, and it just also for the Pelicans, since they know that they're pretty much not going to be in the playoffs this year, it kind of helps them with their salary. And was not sure what we gave up to get him, but I'm sure it's some picks. But who cares? We got so damn many of them that we can't use them all, because at the point now, the number of picks that we have, second-round picks, we're not going to be able to use them all. So the only thing you can really do for them is either extend them out later, a few years out past, or you can go ahead and use them to trade for someone. So, and Theis, I mean, he's a good center. Like, he plays good against us. I mean, he's long, he's athletic, he can shoot, he can block shots. Not shoot, but he can block shots, and he's athletic inside. So, and he's a little bit more physical and can do more things. So, that also says that. And then on top of that, it kind of, as Nathan Taylor and I were talking, it also does some things as well for the Thunder. It also says, okay, that gives you a chance to trade Dre Will, because to me, everybody's making moves now. And on Friday, once everything is closed out, we will Friday, because it's at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock our time. So we will do a complete show tomorrow, either Friday, just kind of give you, once all the dust is settled and we know what everything is done, we'll either do it tomorrow afternoon or on Friday morning. Just a Friday afternoon or right before the show Friday, just to kind of say, okay, this is what's happened. And I still believe that currently constructed, that the Thunder can, the chances of winning the chip, yes. Can we win with where we're currently constructed? Yes, we can. Is it going to be more problematic without Cam Johnson? Yes, it is. Now, Wiggins is playing better. Joe's playing better. Case in shooting, we are shooting. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're playing better. And maybe this is their second year in the playoffs. Maybe that will help. My biggest concern is you don't have another guy. You need a third scorer. Right now we have a scorer, and then we have J-Dub sometimes, and then sometimes it's Wiggins, and then sometimes it's Joe, and it's Dort, and it's whatever. We don't have that bona fide guy, even though J-Dub is averaging 20 points a game. Let me pull that up so you'll see what I'm trying to tell you, so that you can kind of follow what I'm saying right now. Here's our shooting percentage. Okay, SGA is averaging 32.5, J-Dub 21.1, Isaiah Hartenstein, 11.7. Wiggins 10, Dort 9, 9.9, Joe 9.7, Kaysen at 7.3. So what I'm trying to tell you is you have Hartenstein is not going to give you 30. He's going to give you 15, 16. But the key is that we want him getting those double doubles. The ones that are going to make the difference is Wiggins, Dort, Joe, and Kaysen. Now, Wiggins went for 40 the other night. Yeah, that's great. But the bottom line is you need a consistent guy who's going to give you buckets in the playoffs in a series. And these four guys, I love Wiggins. I like Dort. I like Joe. I love Kaysen. There's no question. But consistently to give me points that I can count on, just like with J-Dub. J-Dub disappeared last year. So can I count on him to consistently give points? I know that Dagnall is the builder of talent and all that stuff, and I get all that. But no matter how much you build talent, either somebody's a player, is a seasoned player, or he's a playoff player. One or the other. Now there are some. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. There are some guys who can play in the season who can't play in the playoffs, and then there's those rare guys who can do both, which is the SGA. Kobe, Magic. You can go Jordan. You can go on down the list. Those guys don't disappear in the biggest moments. I didn't say LeBron because no matter all you LeBron lovers, the one thing you can't dissipate, can't take away is the fact he disappeared in the finals against Dallas. Disappeared. Nowhere to be found. You can blame it on his age if you want to. Magic Johnson came out of college into pros and did what in Game 6 and won the game against Philadelphia on the road for the Lakers. So that crap you're throwing out there for LeBron, that excuse, that doesn't wash. Either you great or you're not. Either you the GOAT or you're not. And he's not. And that's what I'm saying about the Thunder. I worry about when the playoffs come, who is going to step up with SGA to do what we need to have done. Now, Chet, if he doesn't come back, and let's just say he doesn't, the chances of us winning are even more harder for that to happen. Without Chet, we're probably 30%, 40%. With Chet, we're 50 to 60%. Okay? That's how I look at it because he's that impactful, defensively blocking shots, plus he can knock down the three, plus he can create space and create opportunities because you got to respect him on the three-point line. Whereas I you don't. Also, Chet can make free throws. Heart's a question mark. Because he's shooting, 64% or whatever. And if you think they're not going to foul him, if he gets the ball, if you think they're not going to foul him, which of course he's a huge part of what the Thunder are trying to do. And if you run that high pick and roll, he gets the ball, you think they're going to rather him shoot or SGA? Let's take our chances on iHeart hitting 2 free throws. That's what they're going to do. Okay? That's what they're going to do. They're going to foul him. Now, they're not going to intentionally foul him because, remember, an intentional foul in the last 2 minutes, you get the free throw and the ball back. So they're not going to do that. That's the Shaq rule. But to foul him while the ball is in transition, to foul him to go make him shoot free throws, hell yeah, they can do that. So the question is he going to be a liability down the stretch in big games? What's going to happen? You can't be running a high pick and roll because if I'm the opposing team, as soon as you give him the ball, if I'm the center, I'm fouling him unless I have 4 fouls or whatever. If I got 1 or 2 fouls, you think I'm not going to waste a couple to where I foul him 4 times, he goes 2 for 4? Am I not going to do that? Hell yes, I'm going to do that. Or 1 for 3 or 0 for 4. That gives me 2 extra possessions. Hell yes, I'm going to do that. So those are things that worry me about not having Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson is a guy who's going to go get you 40, who can go get you 30 on a consistent basis, who can go get you 20. You know what you're going to get. Now you got J-Dub. If he can give you 20, what he's been doing, then you got Cam Johnson giving you 16, 18 consistently. Then you've got Dort coming in and give you 9 or 10, and you've got Isaiah Joe, whomever that we have left that we did not trade for, giving you points. But consistently, the way it is, now, Isaiah Joe shot 50% from 3 for the month of January. And he's been on a roll. But like I said, this is the season, not the playoffs. It's a different animal. You get less possessions. Like, once again, Dagnall, you can't be playing 10, 12 guys, 11, 12 guys. You can't do it. It's playoffs. Everybody's got to go for 38, 39 minutes. Everybody's got to play that many minutes, unless there's a blowout. You can't be playing having season mentality in the playoffs, which is what cost us last year. This is the playoffs. You can't give away a basketball game, which is why I go back to tell everybody, which is why Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City. He knew he was not going to win with Westbrook. He knew that. He knew that. And then the Thunder picked Westbrook over him. Those two things caused him to leave. But everybody else blames him. Why don't you put the blame where it belongs? Understand the damn game of basketball. And then you'll see what happened. But instead, you just sit back and go, oh, well, look at what happened. He stayed. Screw that. The reason why Westbrook didn't leave and sign that big contract is because nobody else wanted his ass. Then you trade him to Houston because James Harden finally wanted him and thought, oh, we can win. And then he realized what? Oh, we're not going to win with this guy. Boom, 1 year shipped. You go to the Wizards, and then what is LeBron? Oh man, we can win because he's supposed to be the GOAT. If you're so smart, you should know that you cannot win without Westbrook. But you don't find that out until you play with him. Go ask Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant would have told you. So you go to the Lakers, you screw that up completely. You get rid of your team, and you haven't been the same since you broke up that team. LeBron, you broke up that team with Kuzma and Caruso. You broke up that team. You did. To add Westbrook and add Carmelo. You went from a great defensive team, third or fourth in the league, to no defense and getting killed. And then didn't take credit for it. That's another reason why you're not the GOAT. Now, all that being said is back to the Thunder. Who we are defensively, Dallas just matched that with what they did perimeterly by adding Grimes and by adding Caleb. So they did one up on us by adding AD to the paint. Okay, so now when you look at, let's go back and let's look at the NBA standings. Here's the West standings right now as they stand today before the games tonight. These are the current standings in the West. Thunder, we're up 6 over the Grizzlies. Rockets are sitting there right behind us. This is where we're at. Okay, this is where we're at. It's tight. It's not. It's not something that you can look at and go, man. Excuse me, man. I mean, it's just wow. Here you go. The Grizzlies are 6 games back. The Rockets are 8 games back. The Nuggets are 9 games back. The Nuggets are coming. And we have a huge game against the Suns tonight. And the Suns, Kevin Durant is a maybe going to play. Why is that? Because he's on a trading block. Now we know why the game last night or the night before last, what was it, Monday night, against the Bucks, why nobody played. Because Middleton is gone. Now we know, hey, he was on a trading block. He's gone. Kevin Durant may be gone. So the Thunder have to win tonight, puts us at 40-9. The best record, because you can see the Cavs got beat by the Celtics last night. The Celtics just put their foot all of it. Ooh, man, Celtics, they're for real. They got a team. Now, I'm not discounting the Cavs, don't get me wrong, but, it's going to be tough for them to continue doing what they're doing, and the Celtics are just rolling. The Thunder are sitting there rolling at 39-9. Remember, we've lost 5 games to 2 teams. We lost 2 games to the Warriors, who are the 10th place team, and we lost 3 games to the Mavericks, who aren't even in the top 10. That's who we've lost to. And we've lost them all, once again, in the second quarter. And for all you people think I'm hating, I'm not hating. Just pay attention to what I'm saying and then come back and tell me I'm wrong. Pay attention to what I'm saying and then come back and tell me I'm wrong. You can't. There's no way, because I'm right. And you're going to know it. And it's just like on my show, in our chat, a couple people come up and tell me how they hate me because they can't enjoy the game anymore because they're too busy, stuff that I've said they paid attention to. And now they realize, oh, man, he was right. Yeah, I know. It's painful for me, too. It's painful for the commander. When we sit there at games together, he and I are so frustrated, I think he's madder than me. He gets madder than I get. Because you're sitting there and you're watching and you're like, what the hell are you doing? It's like the other night when we lost, when you take out Caruso and you leave in Jones. What? What are you doing? Coach of the year? This is the thing. He is a developmental coach, still has a developmental attitude. That's who he is. Winning in the G League and winning in the league are two totally different things. The Thunder are blessed with a exceptional talent in SGA, which give your hand to Sam Presti. He's fleeced the Los Angeles Clippers for him, 100%. He fleeced them. So you can't sit there and say that right there, Sam Presti, boom, kudos to him. That was the commander sending me a text. He's just a little madder. Yeah, because we and I get frustrated because we're sitting there watching and we're just like, what the hell are you doing? And the problem is now more and more fans are up there, like in our section, they're screaming too, like, what the hell are you doing? People are starting to pay attention to this dude. He's going to have to change his mentality. Now, can the Thunder win? Yes. How can the Thunder win? This is why. And you got to count on the defense wins, which is why the Mavericks are making the moves that they're making. They're going away from they're going away from the Mavericks are going away from oh, I didn't have my computer plugged in. That's not good. It kind of came out, but it's back in now. And what the Mavericks have done, they've gone away from strictly offense with Luka to more of a team defense because they know defense wins championships, which is why they got Grimes, they got rid of Grimes. That's why they got Caleb Martin. That's why they did what they did over the trades. And we're going to go over all of those this week. So when you look at the Thunder, can we win? Yes. And why do I put the number at 30, 40%? Without Chet, blocks. Those blocks go up at least four because of Chet and what he is going to do. So that makes a huge difference right there in protecting the rim, which is what the Mavericks did. They put in a rim protector, and then what it did, they shored up their perimeter defense with the addition of oh my God, what's his name? His dad's the coach at Max Christie, and with Caleb Martin. So they strengthened their perimeter defense, is what they did. Okay? That's what they did. They strengthened their perimeter defense. Then you look at what the Thunder have done. This is the Thunder. We're number one in giving up at least the points allowed, 104.4. We're number one in field goal percentage, what we allow the other team to score. We're number one in three-point percentage, allowing what the other people perimeter defenses, which is what the Mavs have done. They've increased their perimeter defense, and we're number one in points in the paint, which the Mavericks have just now done with the addition of Anthony Davis. So they have Gafford and Davis that they can play at the same time, which is going to make a formidable defense because what are the Thunder? Number one in the league attacking the basket, okay? Now, here's where the Thunder make the difference. We lead the league in steals at 11.4. We're number one. We're number one in taking care of the basketball. Okay, 11.7 turnovers a game. Okay? Number one, and taking care of the basketball. We're number one in taking the ball away. We're number one in 18.2 turnovers, averaging the opposing teams. Now, the last two games, that has not been the case, but we still have won. So the chances of the Thunder winning are where? Points allowed, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, points in the paint, pips, points in the paint, steals, 11.4, turnovers, 18.2, which would take the opposing team, turn the ball over, and fourth quarter, we're number two, 25.1. Those are the things and the reasons why the Thunder are where they are. Those stats right there. In the fourth quarter, we do what? We shut down the opposing team and what they're allowed to do. Scoring, we're 26th. 26th in points scored in the fourth quarter. Now, why is that significant? That's significant because, number one, we are fantastic at doing what? Taking care of the basketball. Number two, our half-court offense because we have SGA and we have the lead coming out of the third quarter. What are the Thunder leading in the fourth quarter? I believe, knock on wood, I think we're undefeated leading or double digit. When we're leading by double digits, I believe we're undefeated. So going into the fourth quarter, and having double-digit leads. The Thunder are unbelievable. We close the door because we stopped them on defense from scoring a lot of points, but yet we do what we need to do offensively. And why is that? When you have the lead going in the fourth quarter and you outscore your opponents, whether it's by one or whether it's by half a point or whatever is irrelevant. If you outscore your opponents in the fourth quarter, you're going to do what? Have a W. That's what that means, and that's why the Thunder are winning. So when you do this trade, Sam Presti is saying that we need to shore up our center point. Jay Will ain't it, and we all know that, but he is a third piece if we need to have a third piece as a backup. He ain't it. I agree. Now, here's the biggest question. Does this really say that Chet is out for the year like some orthopedic friends have told me? They don't see Chet coming back. Is that what that really says? So if that's what you're saying, then you need another scorer because Chet would be your second or third scorer because remember he was averaging 24, or what was he averaging? Let's go back to see what Chet was averaging. I have that up here. Where is it? Thunder shooting percentage. Here's Chet's numbers. He was averaging 16.4. Remember, the reason why that jump dropped, so that he was averaging 20. But remember, it dropped because he only had the 2 points or whatever in that last game that he got hurt, so his numbers went down to nothing. So Chet was averaging 20, but even at 16, you have a third scorer. Okay? You don't have that now. We don't have that third score. If you're not going to have Chet back, that's going to hurt you because you need a third score. And right now we've got SGA and J-Dub. Really, we got SGA and maybe J-Dub. And then we have a combination of the other, was SGA and then the others, which is J-Dub, which is Wiggins, which is Dort, which is Joe, which is Kaysen, which is J-Will, which is K-Rich, which is Caruso. That's the others. Okay? But you know SGA is going to give you what SGA does. The question is, what are the others going to give you? Now, Daignault is clearly saying, oh, look, I can coach these guys up. Well, okay, you coach these guys up. This is the second year in a row you've given away a chance to win a chip because you're coaching the people up. You're playing for the future. How come we can't play for now and the future? What is Cam? Cam has, 3 years left on his contract? He's a bigger, better Wiggins. Now, as a developmental coach, you can't help him. He's already there. So I don't stamp, yes. Nathan and I talked about this the other day, or a couple weeks ago, after Stephen A. Smith said that he believes Sam Presti is going to find out who Sam Presti really is. Is Sam Presti trying to win a chip, or is Sam Presti just trying to make the Thunder relevant for the playoffs every year? And he went back to the first team we had, which is KD, Russ, Harden, Ibaka, and then added Steven Adams later. But you had that four-headed monster. Then you had the three-headed monster of KD, Russell, and Ibaka. Now, what we learned out of that is Russell, you're not going to win with him. We already know you're not winning with him. But Sam Presti the draft picks he had with that group were terrible. He's learned his lesson. You traded and stole SGA. Then you added Josh Giddey. Then you added J-Dub and Chet. Then you added Kaysen. And then you added Caruso to the mix. But you drafted AJ. That's been your picks. You went Josh. You went J-Dub and Chet, or Chet, J-Dub, however you want to look at it. Then you went Kaysen. Then you went AJ Mitchell. And you went Topic. So we're going to find out what Topic is next year. But I still think it's going to probably take him 2 years to really get where he needs to be, because when did he get hurt? Actually, it shouldn't be, because he got hurt in May of 2024. So that'll be a whole year. Let's say June of this year. Let's just say June. That'll be a year, and then we won't play again until November or October. So that's 4 months. So that'll be, 16 months? So he should be back in 16 months from that, and we'll know what kind of team we're going to have next year. But my thing is this: every year Sam Presti passes on the opportunity to get better because he's playing for the future. Stephen A. Smith is right. Now, personally, I believe that I've said this several times. I even said it on the show yesterday, I believe. I know I said it after the Storm or OKC Thunder postgame show, that I believe that the the New Jersey Nets are asking too much. And I've said this. I'm not giving up Topic. I'm just not. Now, giving up the 8th pick, okay, because the draft is deep. But what do we really need to add to this group? Another big, another forward. If you're not going to do this year, then you're going to waste this year because the chances of us winning go up exponentially with Chet. And they go even higher if you add Cam Johnson. But I'm also with Presti. I'm not giving up Topic. I'm going to give you picks because I've got 1,000 of them. I'm not going to give you all of them, but I can give you a couple firsts. And you already got, 5 firsts or 4 firsts for 5 firsts or whatever for Mikal Bridges. So I'll give you 3, 4 first-round picks for Cam. 3 picks for sure, and probably 4 or 5 seconds, or 2 first rounds of 4 or 5 seconds. I'll give you Joe, whatever, but I'm not giving you Topic. I'm not doing that. I got talked. I wasn't planning on giving him the 8th overall pick, but somebody talked me out of that. And remember, Philly. I think, like Nathan said, if it's in the top 6 or whatever, we lose that pick and it goes to next year. Which you see, Philly is kind of trading out pieces here and there. So I'm not sure what the hell they're doing over there. They may be, I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. Are they trying to tank a little bit, soft tank? I guess it's a possibility that they're doing that. I guess that's a possibility. I'm not sure, but it's ugly what they're doing. So the Thunder have the opportunity to make a move, and you need to make a move. Now, if you don't, and the commander doesn't think they're going to make one, Nathan doesn't think they're going to make one, and I don't count this as a move. Cam Johnson is a move. What we just did with the trade of Theus, that's not a move. It's not a move. That's here we're gonna help the Pelicans. We're gonna get this. We're gonna take off some of their money so they're not in luxury tax. We're gonna get another center to help us for this year. Okay. You're not making moves to win, which is what Stephen A. Smith says that Sam Presti will find out what Sam Presti is. Is he making moves to win, or is he making moves to be a perennial playoff contender, which the Oklahoma City fans may be happy with every year we're in the playoffs. I'm thinking you're going to be way more happy to have a banner because, remember, the Seattle Supersonics or the Oklahoma City Thunders, the Supersonics / Thunder, do have a championship, but it's still in Seattle. It's not here in Oklahoma City. So do you make that move or do you not? I'm thinking Sam Presti, he learned from his mistakes last time. You had this great talent of people. He really didn't add to it off the bench. Now he's got this talent of people, and he's adding 1 player a year. So, to me, you have all these picks. What good is a bunch of picks if you're not going to use them to try to win? Or are you just trying to stay relevant, which is what Stephen A. Smith says he'll find out. And I'm defending Sam Presti like I did last year. I said I don't think Sam Presti last year believed we had a chance to be the first overall seed. I don't think he believed that we had a chance to win. I just don't think he believed that. Because if he did, he would have made more moves than what he did. So I believe he was making a move for this year to add Hartenstein with Chet, and you put that team together. Great moves with Caruso. Fantastic what it did for us as a group. The problem is Caruso's been hurt. Chet's been most of the year. Ihart's been hurt a little bit. A.J. Mitchell's gone until probably playoffs. So you constructed a great roster, but it hasn't really got all we needed. So now at the trade deadline, do you add to it to give us a better chance to win? You've got the MVP. You've got a nice mixture of talent around them. But can these guys win in the playoffs? Because the only way we're going to win in the playoffs, like I've said, if Joe, Wiggins, and Dort are hitting threes, and then K. Rich comes off, he hits a couple or whatever, that's the only way we're going to win. We're not going to beat teams if those 3 aren't hitting consistently. And J-Dub, we can win without J-Dub having 25. We can win with J-Dub getting 15. If those other 3, to me, those are what Dort, Wiggins, if we don't make any trades, Dort, Wiggins, and Joe are way more important scoring to help us win because we don't have the third guy. We don't. And that's what Cam Johnson provides. He's that third guy. He's a bigger, stronger, better Wiggins is what he is. But if you look at our coach being a developmental coach, he can't develop this guy because he's already developed. So then what happens? It's frustrating. Let's take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guy Mark Long up over at SRB. He can love to take care of you. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, hit those guys up. They can make your water clean and fresh for you to drink. And like I've always said, who doesn't like clean drinking water? Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guys up. They love to take care of you over there at Oak Grove Trucking. And my peeps over at YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. The Equal Housing Lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses, which we will. We'll be at the barbershop either tomorrow or Friday, and kind of wait until Friday, till after all the everything's kind of worn down, so we can really get into it, hear those guys' opinion on it. And then, of course, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to the main bank, 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. And just south of I-40. Can't miss it, right in front of the hospital. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And, of course, my guy, Jonathan Beakey Triplet. If you have needs for a nice custom suit or a jacket or a leisure suit or something just to make yourself look good, hit my guy up. If you watch Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins, and the way he's been dressing, here's the reason why. This guy right here, Jonathan Beakey Triplet. Big Perk has been buying his clothes from him. You can see he just looks tons better, way more professional, like what Jonathan Beakey's doing here with Big Perk. So contact him at 405-332-8787. And you'll be able to watch Big Perk tonight on ESPN, and you can see what he's dressed up, and those clothes are all provided by my guy right here at Elm Grove Clothing. So, now, tonight, the Thunder, the Suns, like I said, I don't know if KD's playing. I think if KD doesn't play, they're still looking to trade him because they don't want to take a chance on him getting hurt. So that's kind of what happened, like I said, in the Milwaukee Bucks game on Monday. We were wondering why the hell everybody didn't play. Now we know why everybody didn't play. And the Thunder, of course, are 12.5-point favorites. Why is that? Because we know that everybody knows Kevin Durant's probably not playing. If he doesn't play, the chance of the Suns of beating us are slim unless we just fall down and the coach just plays everybody on the damn bench, which he possibly could do because that's what he does. Then he will make this game a lot closer than what it should be. And that game will be on ESPN tonight. And I promise you, J-Dub will be back because they're not going to give him miss a chance for him to be spotlighted and highlighted. I mean, Dagnon is going to make sure his boy has those opportunities to get done. So, but here's the Thunder's next 4 games. We play tonight against the Suns, Friday night against the Raptors, and we will not be doing a show after the game Friday night because of the simple fact, we will be doing a show Friday night. I'm sorry, I will not be able to attend that game because I have to work. And then we have the Grizzlies on Sunday in Memphis. And I had to be reminded of the thanks commander for reminding me that I had that home, not away, and so I went back and changed that because it's on the road. And then we have the Pelicans Monday here in OKC on the 10th. So we're going to see what's going to happen with that. And like I said, there's no reason why we should be 8-2 in these 10 games. Okay, there's no reason why. We should win tonight. If KD doesn't play, for sure we should win, but we should beat them anyway because they really can't match up with us unless the coach is just playing a bunch of crazy lineups and putting everybody in. That's the only way we can lose this game. The Raptors, we should take care of them on Friday simply because we're just a better team, and our defense will turn them over and give us a chance to get a bunch of easy looks. Now, the Grizzlies, on the other hand, on Saturday, I can tell you this, the Grizzlies want us. And remember, they're in second place. They're only 6 games back. So they can close the lead on us on Saturday. And I think we have to be full strength in order for that to get done. So we need J-Dub. We need everybody playing because that's going to be a playoff game, looming playoff game for us down the road. And so we were sitting there talking about the Mavs and all those teams, and the Mavs are just on the outside, and they're looking in to be a play-in team. And if everything ended today, this is how it would look. You'd have the T-Wolves, Kings, Suns, Warriors. Mavs would be out. Well, actually, the Mavs would be playing in. So that would be your play-in teams. It'd be the T-Wolves, the Kings, the Suns, the Warriors, and the Mavs. All of those would be our first round matchup. Okay, the winner of the well, actually, we'd play one of those would be our matchup with the T-Wolves, the Kings, the Suns, the Warriors, or the Mavs. Those are our matchups. And when I look at it, the Grizzlies and the Rockets would go at it, which would be an insane series. Excuse me, you'd have the Grizzlies versus whoever, one of those other teams. Then you have the Rockets against the Clippers. Then you'd have the Nuggets and Lakers, and we already know what's going to happen. The Nuggets going to kill the Lakers. We already know what's going to happen in that series. It's not going to be a series. And then we'd end up playing the Nuggets if we got past our first round series, which we probably should, but that's who we'd end up playing. And that's how that looks. So the Thunder are sitting there with the opportunity to really do something, but that being said, you still got to handle your business. So tonight starts with that. You got to win tonight. Then we got to win on Friday. Then you got to go to Memphis to send, to me, a message to them that y'all not us. You're not on our level. That's what you got to do. Now, the question is, will that happen or not? I don't know, but that's what needs to happen. We need to step up. But again, what's the coach going to do? Who is he going to play? What's he going to do? All those things matter. All those things matter to what we can do, can or cannot accomplish. That's how that works. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing, especially tonight in the chat on After the Storm, we'll probably get into a huge, because my guys, my people on that show. But like I said, tonight, oh my God, that's right, the game is going to be on late tonight. I don't know how many people we're going to have on tonight. I know Friday night it'll be popping because we'll know basically who we playing. The game will be at 7, so I know it'll be popping Friday night on the chat on After the Storm. So that's going to be exciting. And remember, if you guys want to come on and you guys want to do something, like people send me messages all the time on Facebook. And I'm like, guys, you send me a message on Facebook, I don't see it because I'm doing the show. If you want to, you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and you can send me messages here. Or After the Storm, OKC Thunder Post Game Analysis Show, you can go to YouTube, and that's where we get all the action. We have 6 or 7 regulars, and so we have people who comment. We do chats, and we go back and forth. We even have a Knicks fan that we picked up after the Knicks game. So we do have a good group of people come on. So if you want to come in and chat, give your opinion instead of sitting there running your mouth and saying whatever, come on, just like these guys do. There's no shame in you coming on and communicating. Okay, guys? So come on and communicate, and we'll get with you and get at you and get all that stuff done. So that being said, I'm going to have to cut it short because I have to go to the gym. We have some issues that I've got to help get done there. And then also I've got to do training tonight before I go to the game tonight against the Suns at 8:30 on ESPN. So if you guys aren't going to get a chance to go to the game, you can watch it on ESPN tonight. And so anyway, I'm looking forward to what we got going. I'm looking forward to the game tonight. Hopefully Kevin Durant plays. If he doesn't, the chances of him being traded, hey, one more day. We're going to see what the Thunder does. And right now the Thunder are standing pat. The commander believes he doesn't think they're going to do anything. Nathan believes they're not going to do anything. My guy, Mark Long, doesn't believe they're going to do anything. He thinks they're staying pat. And if we do that, the chances are less than 50%, probably 30, 40% that we'll win the chip. 30, 40%. Make a move, you can really do something. Now, does the move with this help us? These help us? Yes, it does. It helps us. There's no question it does because of why? Because it allows us to have another legitimate big guy to go along with iHeart. That's what it does. And then it also says that maybe Chet is not coming back. But I'm not going to say that because I believe that he will come back with 10 or 15 games left to play to get himself in shape for the playoffs. So hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Try to stay